What is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and today we are back in Spin Tires taking a look at a updated version of the GMC 4500. Now, this thing actually has had a bunch of re-releases. There was like 2 or 3 different versions back in the tech demo, and there's been a couple throughout the full game. Maybe I'm not sure if this is the only one that they've done in the full game. I think they've done another. No, they've done one before this in the full game, and I'm not sure if this was actually modified by the original maker or if this is some kind of edit. This I did not get from either spintires.nl or Uvi. I just kind of got this one kind of randomly off the internet, and I have no idea who made it or who did the modifications. But nonetheless, we're going to test it out and we're going to see how it does. And there's a little bit of a list of add-ons. Not a huge list. I mean, you've got 2 different wheels and tires or wheel and tire options. You got this one on the bottom, which I have no idea what that is. And then the default ones, which they're just honestly like a little bit different, but I honestly prefer these, the ones that I have no idea what that means. And then in the bed, you can see I've got both fuel add-ons and the basically it's a survival add-on. It's the same kind of thing that comes with the UAZ, but as you can see, it carries 2,500 repair points, 4 garage points, and a fuel capacity of 400 liters. But you've also got the 60 liters here and the 60 liters here. So you've got a lot of fuel capacity as well as repair points. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and test drive this thing and see how it does. Now, pretty much right off the bat, this thing, it's an absolute monster. It's just a behemoth that's just kind of going all over the place. There's really not much that holds this thing back. I mean, I don't even have the diff lock on, and I'm just in the standard all-wheel drive, and it's just plowing through the mud already. I mean, it's getting a little bogged down, but nothing too crazy. Let me actually pop the diff lock on and see how it does with that. I mean, it's okay, but I think one of the biggest things I can tell from just driving this for the first, I don't know, like couple of minutes or so, is the fact that you really notice, like when you drive something in Spin Tires that's got a really, really, really good automatic gearbox setup, like a lot of Spun's vehicles or SID's vehicles, you really, you almost get a little bit spoiled by it, because when you come back to another vehicle with kind of like more of a standard automatic gearbox setup, you realize how good Spun's gearbox setups are. Because I mean, this thing, you know, in the mud, sometimes it'll stop for a minute to change gears. Sometimes it'll get bogged down and then it'll get going again. And I mean, you could definitely notice pretty much right off the bat how much of a difference it makes to have a really good gearbox setup. Although what I do like about this thing, though, is the torque. The torque is awesome. The sound is actually really good, too. I like the sound file that they put with it. It sounds nice and realistic, or at least as realistic as it could get. And the thing, too, is that it's got these really, really wide bogger tires. And I actually kind of like them. They provide a really wide contact area for the tire. They allow it to get through mud really nicely. And they actually allow it to, or at least from what I've seen so far, they allow it to climb pretty nicely, too. Now, there really isn't any, you know, like massive hill climbs on this. There really aren't any massive hill climbs on this map. This is the river. The reason why I chose the river is because of the fact that this replaces the ZIL, and you kind of just start right off on, you start right off with the ZIL. So, on this map anyway. So, what I might do is I might just change the file name and replace a different vehicle on, say, the Volcano map in a future video as part of, like, a test of another mod. Like, I'll just bring this out just as kind of like a follow-up. So, like, hey, we didn't do the hill climbing test earlier. Let's get it done in this video before we test the other mod. So, we'll probably do something like that. And although I could test it on that little incline over there. Is it stuck? No, it's not stuck. And there is it's weird because there's another camera angle, and I originally thought that it would be inside the truck, but I was completely mistaken, because I soon after that found out that the camera angle is actually up underneath the truck. And now, oh my god! Wow, it just completely like wheelied up the hill. Yeah, there's no way we're getting it out of that, but I'll go ahead and respawn it to the garage. But that was ridiculous. Normally, trucks and Spin Tires, even when you put them in high like that, they won't be that crazy as far as hill climbing goes. I mean, this thing literally wheelied up that hill. It's ridiculous. That actually makes me even more excited to get it on a map that's got proper hills on it. Because if you get this on a map with proper hills, I think it's going to be pretty ridiculous. Now, if we can get it through the mud, we'll be able to get it onto the straightaway and probably cut through the woods. I'll probably end up cutting through the woods so I can bypass that just massive mud pit, because we already know this thing is good in mud. And I want to take it to the river, though, like to see how it is with an actual just full-on river crossing. And, wow, actually, once you get it up to 4th gear, it's not slow. Wow, 5th? I don't even know how many gears this thing has, but once you get it up there, it's not too bad. Turn right, yeah, right here, right into this little creek, it looks like. Come on, then, there you go. And I love how this thing is, like, so massive and, you know, just so heavy and so ridiculous, but... Man, it rolls over. But for the most part, it's just as agile of an exploration vehicle as, say, like a UAZ or a Jeep or something. I wouldn't say as agile, but it can go just as many places as those things can, just not quite as gracefully. Like, whereas those things will go between the trees, this thing will run the trees over. But we'll leave it in, yeah, we'll leave it in auto. Oh, what? I was like, why did it completely stall out? It was like it completely popped out of gear on me. Probably because I clicked the stick to shift gears, but I didn't really move it at all, and it probably just kind of popped it out just a tiny little bit. It'll do that occasionally, not too often, but if you let it, it will. Let's head through. You know what? Let's head through here. I don't normally cut through this area, but I feel like I've got a vehicle that's plenty capable of it. Rocks? No problem. That's the other thing I wanted to test with this thing. It does not care if there are rocks in its way. Like rocks, small trees, it could really honestly care less about them. Fallen trees, it does have a bit of trouble with. I still think those need to be fixed. Like as far as being able to move and stuff like that, they should not be static. But and look at this, it's running over these trees without taking any damage whatsoever. Get it through here. Oh, yeah, no damage. Again, no damage. I mean, it's probably partly due to that massive bumper on the front with the winch, but hey, I'm all for it. If it allows this thing to go over small trees and not take damage, I'm all for that. Let's actually back it up because that's not going to work. Probably going to have to go around. Is that the same... Yes, it is. No, never mind. That's not the same one. But we can still pop it in high and have a shot at it. All right, let's see how this goes. We're on full power right now. Ooh, not as well as last time, apparently. Because last time, I mean, this thing went straight up the side of the hill. This time, it's not even coming close. Pop the parking brake on. And actually, let's test this winch out. Oh yeah, it works really well. It works really well for exactly what it was meant to do. Okay, I was like, the question is, do we have enough traction to actually get up over the lip of that hill? Oh god, this is gonna be this is gonna be tight. That didn't really work. That didn't really work. Although, as long as we back up and adjust the truck... Well, we did back up and adjust the truck a little bit, but... Oh, come on. Come on. It's attacking the trees. There's nothing that can... Well, there are a couple things that can stand in this thing's way, but not many. And it's certainly not going to let itself get defeated by these small trees. Actually, maybe it might. I'm not sure. Nope. Well, that's not... Whoa! That's not exactly the way I wanted to go, but I guess it works. So many fallen trees in here. That makes it so much more difficult, especially for the smaller vehicles. Like the UAZ, it would... pretty much be dead in here. It really would. How's it looking? Ooh. Oh, God. Getting really close to those trees. the other trees that were gonna, like, spear the front end of the truck. Oh, come on. Nope, bumping it up a gear does not work. Oh, I see what the problem is. The rear wheels are stuck on some trees, and then the front wheels are stuck in the mud, so it's just basically kind of... It's stuck up front, and it's stuck in the back, and it's just spinning, basically. But, I'll tell you what, in the next video, I will test this thing out on a different map. I'll change the file name so I can replace a different truck, test it out on a different map so I can do more hill climbing with it. And I will also, in that next video, I'll add a different truck into the mix as well, because I've got another one ready to go for you guys. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, then don't forget to leave me a like, tell me in the comment section down below what you guys thought of it, and if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe for more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Talk to you guys later.